Oh, hey, guess what? Hey, I forgot that I had an intro.
Haha. Hey, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
What's cool?
What's up, Carrie and Emma and Keith is here. Alpha Llama Llama's in the house.
Dylan, Connor. Hi, everybody.
Oh, the
Hi.
Tron premiere, that's fun. Struggling to switch to writing mode instead of arting mode. Oh my god.
I always have an issue switching like that.
I have been in like hardcore writing mode for months now and like sort of desperate to get done with it. So I can start
to just
drawing again.
have a drawing stint.
Yeah.
Hi, Kilgore. Hi, Cooper.
What's up, Dylan? Connor, how you doing? Kilgore Trout, hi.
Woohoo!
What's up? I don't know if I said hi to Cooper. How you doing, Cooper? All right, I'm gonna do my show and tells first thing. Some of you may remember I got this key. If I can focus on it. I made this, or I designed this key with Skeleton Crew. This is the Headless Horseman story. The,
Sleepy Hollow.
Legend of Sleepy Hollow. And I just finished a new one, Moby Dick. And it's got this guy in there. This one was really fun. I don't know. I feel a little bit like we strayed. Like we're really stretching what it means to be a key with this one. But it was still pretty fun. It's just like this. We got Moby Dick and we got little guys in a rowboat chasing him down, throwing harpoons.
And the string is all wrapped around him.
He's all wrapped around, harpooned up.
And digging into his skin. Flossing his teeth.
It's fun. This is a fun one. And it turned out really cute.
It has a very interesting feel in,
it's
in
like
your hand.
Kind of remarkably heavy and stuff. Like
Keith, these folks, Skeleton Crew, did do Lock and Key keys.
Yeah.
Should I go get some of those?
Do we have some Lock and Key keys?
Pretty sure we do.
Sure, if you got them. So this came this week. Pretty exciting about that. I always love, like, they do like these laser cut foam things that are just very satisfying. Like, they just fit so perfect. Oof. It's fun. I also have 2 books coming out this month. I think Out of Alcatraz comes out first. And so the hardcover's coming out, I think on the 21st. And I think it turned out beautifully. I am so proud of this book. I think this is one of the best books I've ever worked on. Very happy. And I think this hardcover edition looks so good. I've like told my editor about 50 jillion times. Hold on one second.
Okay.
How much I love the red coming over the spine and coming all the way to the crease here. That just works so well. Like there's a difficulty designing hardcover covers because this crease actually like weirdly offsets the image and how it fits on the cover, and that's a great solution. And then Mott just brought these over. These are some of the lock and key keys that they have sent me over the years. This is all Skeleton Crew Studio. You can go to their website and order any of this stuff that they still have in stock.
That's not skeleton. It's skeleton. Someone's last name.
Skelton.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the owner's last name is Skelton.
Mm-hmm. But it's a pretty awesome last name because it sounds so much like skeleton.
Yeah. And then the other thing I got coming out this month is Harrow County, the compendium, they're calling this one. It's the trade paperback of the complete Harrow County. And as far as I know, this is like everything.
Including Tales?
No, I'm sorry. It does not include the Tales of Harrow County series.
Or Tales from.
Yeah, but it does have the one-shot stories.
The Tales of.
The Tales of Harrow County are in here, which is very good.
Mm.
I'm still like really proud of this Butler story.
Yeah.
And it was really neat to actually Brian Hurt and Matt Kent working together on the art on this.
Well, that was one of those things that was a continuing story, right?
Yeah. This one ran for 4 issues, just 1 page at a time. And it turned out beautiful.
Hi, Kevin. So those keys you can get from Skeleton Crew. I will put it in the chat.
Put the link in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're asking about Complete Harrow County, this will be in stores, I think, on the 25th, in the next week or 2. But you can pre-order this now, and same for Out of Alcatraz. You can pre-order this currently. So that's all my fun stuff that I got going on. I spent the week mostly just writing again. I'm doing a 4-issue story that I don't know when it's going to start coming out, but I still have a long ways to go because it's 4 issues, but they're 40 pages each. It's kind of a weird format, but we decided that it fit it was best suited for the story to actually do longer issues like that. And I'm very excited for that to come out. I think that I think it's turned out pretty good. But I still have, God, I probably still have another month of writing on that. It's taking forever. Kevin's back from multiple weddings.
Glad you survived. Weddings can be dangerous.
Yeah, they can. I have not been to a wedding in so long. Going to see Daniel get married was the first wedding I'd been to in like over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I
Daniel,
love
one of your editors.
You know, I'm such like a huge fan of marriage in general. Like, if 2 people are the right people together, like being married is fantastic. But sitting through a wedding is often very hard.
Yeah. Planning a wedding is very hard.
Fans demand more Lonesome Hunters. I'm still kind of working on that, trying to figure out how to make that happen. It's not as easy as I wished it would be to like to get that going someplace. I am setting up as if I have a plan, but I actually don't. I don't know what I'm going to draw tonight.
Lonesome Hunters fan art, maybe.
Oh, you know what?
That's funny to say Lonesome Hunters fan art.
Yeah. I had a notion. I was just like, I'm not going to draw a dinosaur tonight. But I did have a notion earlier today that I don't know if I've ever drawn Godzilla. And it seemed like it would be a fun thing to do.
Are you sure you've never drawn Godzilla?
I mean, it's possible. I just don't have a recollection. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Godzilla.
Yeah, I doubt that it's fan art if you're the creator of it.
Yeah, no, it's canon when I do it.
Oh, please, please draw Godzilla, says Kevin. And
Godzilla
Dylan
is like so interesting. He's
and
like
Keith.
such a very specific thing that is very similar to a lot of other things, but not.
What's your first Godzilla film you ever saw?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Oof. I don't know. Like I never really got obsessed with Godzilla like a lot of my colleagues have. I know that I've seen Godzilla just generally over the years, but I don't remember the first time I saw it.
I don't think I've seen any of the new ones.
We definitely watched
The
Shin Godzilla.
I
We saw
did
that
not.
in theaters.
Oh, Shin? I did not.
No?
I'm pretty confident I did not see Shin Godzilla.
It has that like Godzilla goes through all those different morph stages, and at one point he has no arms, and he's like,
that was not me. I don't know
the...
who you went with, but it wasn't me.
I love that. The greatest Godzilla. My single favorite Godzilla image though is the Xerox ad. It's so good. This one.
Do a fan art of that.
He's very cute.
He is super cute.
Yeah, maybe I'll try to do a Godzilla based on that design, because it's a little bit different than like normal Godzilla, because they've got bigger eyes.
I don't think I saw Godzilla movies growing up in the 70s and probably 80s. I don't think I knew any of their names at the time. But I remember seeing the King Kong versus Godzilla. I remember seeing Mothra. I remember seeing the baby Godzilla. I think that might be it, though, for me.
I think I need to come up with another office thing.
That's not the Xerox machine?
That's not the Xerox machine. Like, what else? Like, what other office problem would he have? Like, coffee machine?
Oh my goodness. Coffee machine would be pretty cute. A water cooler. A printer. Risograph says alpha.
I love the idea of like Godzilla working on their zine.
Hi, Michael. Michael says handing out ice cream sandwiches.
That's sweet.
Frunky says a 3-hole punch. Hi, Frunky. Carrie says that kaiju came into her life as something to pay attention to only in the last couple of years, and she's only really seen a few Kong things.
I definitely remember watching
Dylan is scandalized.
the old King Kong on TV when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
with
in the 70s.
Harryhausen stop motion.
I think I saw. Oh wait, did you say the King Kong stop motion or Godzilla?
I meant to say King Kong.
Okay, you probably did, and then my brain was still in Godzilla mode.
Can you see what I'm drawing at all?
Alpha Llama Llama says someone left dirty plates in the lunchroom. Kevin owns stop motion, black and white, King Kong, Son of Kong, and Mighty Joe Young.
Oh, like the original Mighty Joe Young?
Mm-hmm.
Was they redid that with like Sigourney Weaver or somebody?
I'll look it up. $1998. Charlize Theron, the lady from Furiosa.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Alpha Llama Llama says no, someone else. Sharon Stone, maybe? That's just off the top of my head. I'm on the... Oh, no, Charlize Theron. Yeah. She was in the 1998 version of Mighty Joe Young. Oh, Alpha was correcting you, not Frankie. Oh. Mark says that his kaiju experience is very limited as well. He saw one episode of Power Rangers and it was not for him. He saw a second episode and it was functionally identical, so...
Yeah, I guess that's kind of my experience with Power Rangers too.
But we also were in our late teens when Power Rangers came to the US. So I think it just missed our nostalgia sweet spot. That sounded very dirty. So sorry. Keith's favorite is Mechagodzilla. Except the new one. That one is terrible, Keith says. Yeah, it makes sense, Kevin, to grow up watching the Power Rangers. I grew up watching some pretty terrible stuff that I loved at the time and I cannot watch now. I'm not saying Power Rangers is, but when we're kids, and we don't have anything to compare something to, sometimes we latch onto stuff that older folks just can't do.
Ugh. This whole situation is a situation.
Your hands flailing about certainly illustrates the point. Oh, Mark was at the right age for Power Rangers, but just didn't understand why everyone at school loved it.
It seems fun. Like, it just seems like a bunch of fun monsters and fun jumping around and punching stuff. Like, yeah, like I was already like when that was first coming out, I was already like, I don't know, skateboarding and listening to punk rock and
not at home watching TV as much anymore.
Watching TV, yeah.
Me too. Not the skateboarding part, but just not being home as much. Reading Mark's, I was just the right age for Power Rangers. I just didn't understand why everyone at school loved it. What popped into my head was Madonna versus Cyndi Lauper. I was right at the right age for Madonna, but I just did not understand why everybody loved her so much. Cyndi Lauper was way better.
That rivalry, musician rivalry, was really silly. Like, I remember feeling like there was a rivalry between Prince and Michael Jackson.
There was, yeah.
Like, you couldn't like them both.
Yeah. But that rivalry was in the music news. I think it was all manufactured by them. Madonna never appeared on the Goonies soundtrack, says Alpha.
That's a fact. Yeah, I never once saw Captain Lou Albano hanging out with Madonna.
Keith says Cyndi Lauper is one of the worst live shows that he's ever seen.
Oh, no.
They left early. Yeah. I've never seen Cyndi Lauper live. Have you?
Nope. It's kind of weird, like, for someone who loves music as much as I do, I have not seen a ton of live bands.
You did? We did when we were younger, when we were in our 20s.
Like, in San Diego, we used to go to see shows pretty regular, but not as much as, like, a lot of people.
We saw a lot more, what do you call that? Just a smaller band. Smaller's not the right name for it.
A lot of local bands and stuff.
A lot of local bands, but also bands from other places that just didn't hit the big time. Wait, what was that knife one that we saw?
No Knife.
No Knife. They're probably the biggest ones that went anywhere.
They were like, oh man, I can't remember that guy's name. When I was in a band, some of our best friends were in a band called Building 14. And the drummer from Building 14 became the guitar player for No Knife.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're still around. I haven't actually looked them up in a long time.
Neither. Do you have any idea which Godzilla you're doing? Asks Frankie.
I'm doing the Godzilla from the Xerox advertisement. this one.
So No Knife split up in 2003. And then
Sounds about
they
right.
must have had a reunion in 2009, then a reunion in 2014 to 15, then a reunion in 2019, and then 2024.
Wow. That's some good reunioning.
Mitch Wilson, Ryan Ferguson.
Ryan Ferguson. Yep.
Yeah, No Knife was pretty big in the 90s. Keith. Oh, Frankie says that they just looked it up, and that's Godzilla Jr.
It's Godzilla Jr.? They got Godzilla Jr. working in the office?
Someone needs to call
Child Protective Services.
Yeah. Frankie says he does grow up to become Godzilla after the second Godzilla dies.
Okay, well, but is that before or after his job as the copy boy? Actually, I don't know Godzilla's gender. I feel like Godzilla gave birth, right? Like laid an egg and gave birth.
Wait, what? I'm all what? Godzilla is trans.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Godzilla is AMAB. Or wait.
AFAB?
AFAB.
Godzilla is a gender fluid icon. I want to know about these eggs, though.
Like, isn't that where baby Godzilla came from? Godzilla Jr.?
I guess I don't remember enough. What do they grow up? What hatches from the eggs? Have we ever seen two, this is very bioessentialist. Does Godzilla ever meet another God? Yeah, I think Godzilla does meet another Godzilla.
They meet a Mecha Godzilla.
That's true. Robot babies? Son of Godzilla, I remember coming from the egg, but did the egg come from Godzilla?
I don't know, man. I don't know if we should be talking about Godzilla's cloaca at this point. Like,
I'm digging too far into this. This is a rabbit hole to go down some other time.
Dylan likes the thick boy. Man, I love like Godzilla with those like big old beefy hips, those
Yeah.
thighs that like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like your Godzilla pouring a coffee. Keith recommends the book Kaiju Preservation Society by Scalzi to anyone who likes kaiju.
Is that part of Kaiju Max? Is that the same guy? The Oni Press series about the kaiju in maximum security prisons?
Mark believes the egg is delivered by stork.
Big ass fucking stork, man.
It's a sci-fi novel.
Oh,
Prose.
okay.
Right, there's a question. Mesh ROUN round. I'm so sorry. I am pretty sure I'm saying that wrong. Mesh says, how do you keep your supplies from sliding off the table when it's tilted?
I have there's a lip right here. This little piece of wood sticks up about a half an inch above, or like 2 centimeters above the desk. So it like, everything sort of sits on that. I have some pens over here in some trays that I 3D printed, so they custom sort of clip onto this wooden lip.
Can't really see them.
Can't really see them without like doing a whole deal with the camera. But can I show them this? Yeah, you can kind of see them here. I have these little trays that hold stuff, but mostly it's just the lip. I have an additional lip. I wonder if I can turn this to show it. Up here, like I have this like 3/4 inch by 3/4 inch piece of wood that I screwed down to my table that creates a sort of another lip up high to hold a bunch of stuff. Yeah, and you can kind of see my tripod here set up since I'm doing this. I have my light bar across the top here, and my tripod sort of just gets, I have these Velcro straps that hold that on, and that's really good for holding stuff on.
Thank you, Miss Round. Has anyone read Cult of Dracula, the comic series? Dylan is asking.
I have not. Although I have started reading the Dracula that Matt Wagner and Kelly Jones are doing right now, and it's really fun. It's very violent, a lot of nudity, great stuff. Man, I definitely think that the angels in Evangelion are kaiju. I did show up. I guess I can show these a little bit more clearly because they're just sitting here.
I will.
So I have 2 trays.
Find the episodes too, where you go into more detail.
Yeah. So these I just 3D printed, down at the library, and I designed them in a CAD program called Onshape. and it's that one holds like my eraser and my little timer that I use for my Pomodoro stuff. And then I have this one that holds like a bunch of pens and pencils and tape that I commonly use. And then the two of these sort of hold on to each other here like this, and then they go over this wooden lip so it can stay pretty secure. Actually, since I've done this, it's been like amazing how well, like because I sort of flatten and angle my desk all the time, so it's always changing, and these little trays have worked great at holding stuff, keeping it from going flying. Frankie loves Onshape. It's a great little program, man. Like, I'm really surprised. Like, I do most of my 3D stuff in Blender, but Blender is hard at doing stuff where you need very specific measurements, and Onshape is just really great for that. And it's free. It's free. It runs in your web browser. If you need 3D CAD stuff, I think that's a great one to learn.
Alpha says the original Godzilla is getting a 4K theatrical re-release soon.
Ah, interesting. Need to hit the hair dryer. Dylan was asking what other names of the creators are on that Dracula comic that I'm reading, and it's Matt Wagner and Kelly Jones. And it's coming out from Dark Horse, but I think they're doing a lot of them as they're doing them as Kickstarters.
Yeah. Keith said that it's $168 for 3 books.
That might be about right. They're like they're kind of big books. They're oversized, and they're like, I don't know how many pages are in them. Maybe 100. But I love Kelly Jones. His work is like it reminds me a lot of Wrightson, in the way it's like very sort of very similar sort of inkiness to their work. But different. His is, like Kelly Jones is, I think, a little bit more exaggerated and cartoony.
Karmas says that the picture is looking really good already. They find watercolors so easy to overwork. How do you prevent doing that? That question's mine.
Yeah, I guess maybe I avoid overworking just from experience. I don't know. One of the things I like about watercolor is that you can you don't have to get things exactly right on the first shot. You can sort of like ease your way towards the color or value that you're working towards. But there is a limit to like how many layers of paint you can sort of put on a piece of paper before it starts to react like poorly.
So trial and error to figure out like how much you can work it without it being too much.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just experience and practice, which isn't like a really fun answer, but I think that's probably the real answer.
Mm-hmm. Keith recently bought the original Godzilla soundtrack on vinyl.
Oh, interesting. I don't actually know what that would sound like. Like, is it orchestral or is it like real synthesizer heavy? It seems like it could go either way. You know, I guess though, now I'm thinking about like how do you not overwork watercolor? And I think maybe one of the tricks is to remember that you can go really, really dark with watercolors and they will always get lighter as they dry. So like, I think one of the things that I often do is I overshoot my goal.
You go darker than you think you need.
Yeah, I go darker or more saturated than I think I want, and then as it dries, it gets it sort of fixes itself. But that again is like takes a lot of experience because it doesn't always. Different colors sort of dry in different situations, like dry differently, and some get. They all generally get lighter as they dry, or at least like more sort of transparent as they dry. But they don't do it uniformly, so some colors will get lighter than other colors, so that requires some just practice and experience, I guess.
Okay. There's a couple of conversations going on that are good stuff. But to continue this watercolor conversation, Karmas asks, is there a big difference from a kid's school set of paints compared to, like, for example, what you're using?
Yeah, there's a huge difference. And the main difference is pigment load. So like the watercolors that I use are mostly M. Graham and Company. This is some of their gouache, but they basically look similar to this. And it's not going to focus, but I use these guys I use watercolor out of a tube, and it has a lot more pigment in it than what you'll get out of a kid's school watercolor set. For most of my life, actually now I have to think I'm old enough. Is it actually most of my life? I used to buy a lot of watercolor sets where it would come in a pan and they were already like dried in the pan, and but they were like there's a specific brand that, or they came in circle pans as opposed to most others came in a square pan. And those were pretty good. They had more pigment than I think a lot of other brands, but as soon as I started using more expensive watercolors, it made my life so much easier. Because you can just get so much more color and saturation and value out of high quality watercolors. And you just don't have to build up as many layers. You don't have to fight with it quite as much. I use M. Graham and Company, and I use Winsor Newton, and I use a couple, I guess just one Holbein color. I like Holbein for their browns. Because one of the things that I don't like about watercolor that I know a lot of other people do like is like I don't like granulation. Like I don't like my watercolors to sort of separate into clumpy little uh, dirt particles of pigment. Like I like them to sort of dry in a even, smooth coat.
Some people like that effect.
Some people really like that effect, and I go out of my way to avoid it. And Holbein browns are really hard. Like browns like to granulate because most browns are just made out of different kinds of dirt. And Holbein, I think they do synthetic browns, so I think they like are pigments that they made in a lab, and they don't granulate like a lot of other browns do.
So Karma also says, nice. So you squeeze it out as you need it, but you can still use it again once it's dry as well.
Yeah, you can see on my palette down here, I've just squeezed out the paint into these little trays, and yeah, they dry, and you just add water to sort of reactivate them. And some of them, it is interesting. Some of them will reactivate better than others. Like this, this brown down here in the bottom corner is, I think this is transparent iron oxide, and it reactivates, but it stays like weirdly kind of gummy. It's strange compared to others that just sort of reactivate and turn into like normal watercolor.
Huh.
And this one in particular has a weird sort of viscosity. I'm trying to think if any of the others do, and I don't think so. Yeah, all the rest, all the other pigments that I use kind of stay like reactivate in a normal way. But only the stuff is a little bit like gooey and weird. Like it tries to be kind of stringy somehow when you reactivate it. But it's fine. Like it's one of those things that it just means I have to sort of scrub it a little bit more on the palette to get it to sort of break up into a nice even bit of paint that I can use.
Karma says, nice. I'm learning a lot.
Nice.
Also, Karma says used coffee grounds for browns.
Yeah, I do know that people do that. I have used. I have not done that. I have used tea for some stuff, but not really for painting. I have used it more just to sort of like tone paper when I need to like age it, like make the paper look old. I've used tea. I think like I don't remember what kind of tea I used. Maybe Earl Grey or something.
Mm-hmm. Frankie says that you reading that
Yeah,
now.
reheating the coffee with his atomic breath.
Yeah. It'd be hard to date, Mark, if you're into that thing, having atomic breath. Okay, so then the other conversation that was going on was about shipping costs.
Mm.
It hurt you.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I bought a Subhumans record a couple months ago, and I just got a notice from Royal Air that it's like on its way.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just terrified that I'm gonna have to pay like another $40 to get it.
Mm.
But I think like it's one of those things where it's like books and media are supposed to be um, not affected by tariffs like ever, but I don't know enough about the law to actually say how that's supposed to work. Because it seems to actually be affecting books and media.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also doing kind of these purple shadows.
Oh, it's purple. I thought it was brown.
When you do the purple over the green, it turns brown.
Okay.
Um, but that's kind of new for me. I usually have always done my shadows very blue.
It works for Godzilla.
Yeah. I know a lot of people who like do their watercolor shadows in purple. And I tried it on a project recently and was like, oh, that's kind of nice.
Oh, you think you're gonna do it for more things besides just this Godzilla?
Maybe. I'm like, yeah, well, yeah, I'm definitely going to use it more, but I haven't quite figured out when, like, I don't know. Like, blue shadows just sort of work more effortlessly for me. This takes a little bit more sort of thought and planning.
You already talked about practice.
Yep. That's me. I got to practice.
Dylan says, speaking of Dracula, he's been thinking of doing an absolute Aquaman and thought maybe taking inspiration from Dracula, Wolfman, and Frankenstein's monster. Like writing your own absolute Aquaman.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there an absolute Aquaman? There's a lot of superhero stuff that I am not in the know.
Yeah, Dylan says, yeah, he's writing his own since it seems like DC isn't going to do one. Nice. And then Karmas asks, Karmas says first, my aunt is a sign painter and she uses squirrel hair brushes. Do you use a certain brush fiber over others with your watercolors?
I mostly use Kolinsky, like red sable, or not Kolinsky, but like red sable brushes. Kolinsky brushes got really hard to get in the US because they changed some laws about how you have to show something where you're not torturing the sables when you kill them for their fur, which I don't know if that's possible. But I use red sable for a bunch of stuff. I do use like here's one of my squirrel hair brushes. I do use this a little bit for watercolor stuff. It's really good for washes because it can just really hold a lot of liquid. So I do use some squirrel hair, but I mostly use sable, and I do use a few of these synthetic, like especially for these big flat brushes. I like a synthetic. These are also good for like doing a sort of even wash across the whole page. So I use those a lot. Like I use like this guy, who's just a big fat synthetic. What size is this? I think this is an inch or an inch and a half. Inch and a half. And I also like, I have this guy that has come in really handy for doing washes. It's like got this awesome like wedge tip. It's a dagger, and it's really good for like if I'm doing a wash around something that I've already painted, because I can get in really fine areas and like really cut in really specifically. So this is a great great kind of brush. But like I said, also synthetic from Rosemary and Company.
Do you notice a difference in the absorption of the synthetics over the
synthetics and the sables are very, very similar.
Oh, interesting.
But the squirrel hair is it will absorb so much water. Like it's they often call these a mop.
Uh-huh.
Because it's like a mop. Like it just holds so much water and you can spread it around really, really far. That's what these guys are good for. But like like I said, these Kolinsky sables are sort of my main guys. They work great. And it's like I don't know, like my watercolor stuff is a little bit different from sort of a traditional watercolor painter style. Like I'm trying to get a little bit more control than a lot of like, you know, if I was like a watercolor landscape painter or something, they rely on a lot more sort of wet into wet than I do. So the Kolinsky sable is good because it holds enough paint, but not too much for my taste. Thank you, Carmus. Yeah, like they make really good synthetics nowadays. It's like I feel like when I was younger, every synthetic brush just felt like a chunk of plastic, and like there's really good synthetics nowadays. In fact, you can get really good synthetic brushes for really, really cheap nowadays. It's kind of surprising. Like all my, well, not all of my oil painting, but like the brushes that I use for oil painting are mostly these Princeton Select brushes, and these are synthetic, and they're really, really cheap. Like I think this 1-inch brush was maybe like $4 or something. And if this was like, if you're going to get this size brush in sable, it would probably be, you know, closer to $20.
It still seems really reasonable for a live animal.
Yep.
So what's cool, everybody? What's been cool for your week? You've got alien on the brain, Dylan. When you were every time you said synthetic, his brain went to the synthetics from Alien. Oh my gosh. That's a genius idea, Keith. Keith says next week. So maybe next week, if you don't think of anything else to do, next week you can do a companion of this Godzilla, on the other side of the page, just that they're chatting or something.
Just like
Mothra talking to Godzilla.
I was imagining like Derek from accounting.
Would Derek be standing just a little 1-inch person on the counter?
That's a good question. Yeah, it's unclear. Like, I guess that this Godzilla is still really tall compared to that Xerox machine. Like, I think if a human were standing there, they might only be like this tall.
Yeah.
So I think Derek from accounting would like come up to about here.
Okay. So you're doing this is real life Godzilla. There's a human being inside that Godzilla suit.
No.
And he's okay.
No, why would I do that?
Then why isn't Derek a 1-inch person?
He's just this is just the size that Godzilla is in this picture.
Okay. Godzilla has the power to shrink.
Although I will say there was one of the few toys that I ever like still think about owning that I wish I could find is the
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, a guy I worked with at Sony got a Godzilla action figure that you could open up the back and pull the guy out.
Oh.
And it was like a rubber suit for and like it was like a 12-inch G.I. Joe style
That's so cute.
figure in his chonies.
I thought that you were talking about, I'm pretty sure when we were kids, do you remember those like, I can't remember what they were called. They were giant dolls that were almost the size of a kid.
Yeah, they were like, my sister had a doll that was like that big.
And they were jointed just like a Barbie.
No elbows. Like, yeah, it was just like straight arms and straight legs, but they were like 3.5 or 4 feet tall.
Mm-hmm. I have a memory of there being a Godzilla just the same size with jointed arms and legs and a twisty tail. I could be making this up.
I wouldn't be surprised. That does seem like a thing that should exist.
That's what I thought you were talking about. That's the thing that I coveted.
No, I just love the action figure of the guy inside the suit.
Yeah, that is pretty great. Oh, Mark has a great idea that someone needs to pick up. They need to do a remake of the Incredible Journey, but instead of shrinking down, they're just people inside Godzilla.
Oh. Oh my God! Do you remember the King Kong movie from the 80s where they gave him an artificial heart?
That does sound very familiar. Yeah.
So weird. Like such a weird like artificial hearts were new, and they were like, we got to get an artificial heart into this King Kong movie.
Giant King Kong. Alpha Llama Llama says, yes, I loved that.
Such like a weird, just weird fucking thing to have like put in a movie.
Okay, here's the cool things that people have been doing this week.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin says he's been painting and practicing figure drawing.
Ooh.
Mark says that he resumed his French lessons.
Oh.
Also brought some new French comics, rationalizing them as educational.
That's the way to do it, though, man. That's like how I should work on learning some French and Spanish. Man, you know, I went to Spain and I even went to a Spanish comic shop and I didn't bring home any comics.
And now you regret it.
Now I regret it.
Alpha, if anyone's on the Discord, Alpha Llama Llama, it has posted some of the stills. No, not a still. Concept art. What is this? What is this again? Alpha Llama Llama. It's something from the movie, but now I'm gonna have to go up pretty far to find it. It's a poster that Alpha Llama Llama did for Godzilla. And for an art show. Thank you so much. It's on the Discord. I will do a link to the Discord for anyone that does not have it and is wanting it. It's the Comic Book Cooldown Discord server. Mark, did you get any delicious food today before the stream? Let's see, what else is going on for people? Dylan was thinking of purchasing the novelization of Alien.
Interesting.
He lost 5 pounds this month.
I hope intentionally.
And gladly. I'm assuming so. I think that's everybody's awesome week.
Nice.
What did you do awesome this week?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I wrote and wrote and wrote. I did so many fucking emails this week. Did a lot of planning for my Italy trip.
Mm-hmm. And that is coming up at the end of this month. Luca.
Yeah.
Luca Comics and Games.
Very excited for that. Man, I sure hope I'm going to be able to go. They're like, air traffic controllers are like, I think, reasonably pitching a fit right now over not getting paid. And it seems very possible that I won't have a flight to go when it comes time.
So Luca Comics and Games in Lucca, Italy is October 29th to November 2nd.
We're going to have some really fun special Harrow County stuff there. I don't know if I can talk about it.
Okay. Don't say anything more.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a surprise or not.
Emma says that she's been writing her sci-fi story and occasionally poking at some new illustrations.
Nice.
That's cool. Alpha Llama Llama says, I just checked. It's fine. You can talk about it. Oh, and Keith just posted his Godzilla art in the Discord.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very cute stuff.
Cute Godzilla?
Yeah. Oh, and Mark showed a picture of his food. Very fancy.
I gotta hit the hairdryer again.
Okay. Carrie says, yeah, that Splash Pages, the podcast and YouTube channel, are postponing their trip to NOLA this year because of the air travel thing. And Emma, too, is worried. She has one more con this year that she needs to fly out to.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks that, like, none of this has to happen. It could just be living in a normal time, having a good time. Instead of
people
whatever,
taking care of people,
you know.
instead of money. Oh, I've been working on my next chapter of demonstrative, doing the layouts.
And you're still posting pages every week.
And I'm posting pages every week for the current chapter. And it's almost over, honey.
Nope.
I think there's only like 4 more pages before this chapter ends. And the next one begins in January. Hi, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin. It's good to see you, man.
So if you haven't seen my demonstrative webcomic, it's on my what do you call that? Website. I couldn't remember the word website. MAATCROOK.com. Crook.com. There's some weird stuff going on those pages right now.
Carmus asks if a light table, a heated surface of some kind, would be a worthy addition to watercolor painting. I don't think so. Like, there's definitely times like when it's more humid out, where like it takes longer for the paint to dry and stuff. Like heat and humidity, like in the summertime, my pages dry sometimes faster than I would like. So it does make a difference. Like, I think if you had some sort of a heated surface, and you experimented with it long enough, you could probably find, like, you could probably make it work for you to just control drying times a little bit better. But that seems like a pain in the neck to me. That's more effort than I would want to put into it personally. Even though I'm a fiddly fucker.
According to, who was that again?
Simon Bisley.
Okay. That purple you're using is a really good contrast for that green.
Right now, I'm actually using brown.
I'm not talking, yeah, not talking about the brown. Just noticing the purple in the background,
Oh, thanks.
making the green pop.
Yeah, this is turning out well, but man, I'm running out of steam. I'm like just struggling with sleep lately.
Kevin Wilson's cool news is that they discovered a new kind of cat or something.
Huh.
Yeah. I would love to hear more about this.
Or something.
Or something. Yeah, honey. You need Kevin Wilson says that you need some of Godzilla's coffee.
Oof. I don't know if I could take Godzilla quality coffee.
Irradiated coffee.
This is a good example of what I was talking about earlier, where like things will lighten up a lot as they dry. Like splatter in particular always seems to go down really, really dark, and then it'll dry, and you'll be like, "Where'd all my splatter go?"
Just like that.
Just like that.
Where'd all my splatter go? I wasn't trying to be mean, but that did sound like I was trying to be mean. Carmen says the expression on Godzilla's face looks like he's shocked that shocked about what Karen is wearing to the office this morning. Or Mothra.
What do you mean you gave Mothra the account? Derek, what do you fucking mean by that?
Oh, Mark says, hey, anyone in Brisbane that doesn't have the Tales from Harrow County Volume 1 Library Edition, it's on sale at Comics Etc. for $55.
Ooh.
Only one copy left, though. Better hurry. As someone had exploded the coffee all over the break room, Keith says.
It kind of looks like that, huh?
Keith's on his way to go get that copy of Tales from Harrow County.
They just got to hold that copy for another 48 hours. God, how long would it take to fly to Australia from Oregon? Going to Spain was almost exactly 24 hours. It was a little less than 24 hours going there and a little more than 24 hours coming back. Door to door.
Hi, Tips. Tips came in. Hi, kitten.
Yeah, 168 is a lot for Right, any book, actually. That's like, man, the
You do have a book for $150.
that's true. But that is a lot.
It is a lot, and we acknowledge it. It is way cheaper than buying the individual
Library editions.
well, I can't remember if I added that up, but it's cheaper than buying the individual trade paperbacks.
Mm-hmm. The compendium that's coming out, though, how much is this thing?
Oh, I did realize, though, that the trade paperbacks have more in them because I think I'm adding the Tales from Harrow County in that total. And Tales from Harrow County is not in the...
Yeah. This is $60 though, which I feel like is a really good price for this. For over 1,000 pages. That's like...
The essays are in there too. I know you
Yeah, it
said
has
the
the
Tales
essays.
of...
Yep, it has the essays. It has all the process stuff.
Good night, Kevin Colwell.
Have a good night, man.
Alpha Llama says the flight from Sydney to Brisbane is only about an hour flight time for him.
Oh.
That's cheating.
Yeah, that's cheating.
Actually, I'm very happy for y'all. I think I haven't heard of any shenanigans going on in your government most recently, although like a couple of years ago there was some stuff with some shenanigans regarding the Maori tribes, I believe.
I don't think Maori in Australia. I think that's... You're thinking New
In
Zealand?
New Zealand? I am thinking New Zealand then. No, maybe Aboriginal. There was some shenanigans in that way. Anyway, colonialism. There's always... Yeah, thanks. Sorry, American. I'm American. Yeah, there's always shenanigans with colonialism, though. But maybe not as bad as America right now. I hope y'all are doing okay. I do not wish this government on anyone. Good. Yeah, Alpha says there's always more that can be done, but compared to the US, Australia's doing pretty good. Oh, Kevin Wilson says, as I'm hearing helicopters fly over to monitor the ice station, they can't wait until they can laugh about all this crap. Even uncomfortable laughing. Karma says, and Canada's got some shenanigans as well. If shenanigans were a currency, we would all be rich.
I don't know if this is quite done, but I think I might need to call it quits for the night.
Yeah.
It's turned out pretty cute though. Like,
it's very cute.
I feel like there's some like fun, like the lighting on the mug feels really nice.
Mm-hmm. And the coffee pot. And Godzilla's eyes.
Yeah, he's got
going,
like
uh-oh, I'm using somebody else's mug.
that. He's got that cute wall-eyed look from the Xerox ad.
The Kevin Wilson says that this is reminding them that there was an Ultraman series where they turned Ultraman into a salaryman. It was very cute. Keith Nordsey says that they like he likes the Shadow One mug.
Thank you. Me too. And I like how some of the shadows combine like into a single form, like up in here is like really kind of satisfying to me.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a good. Oh, actually, you know what? That's.
Uh-oh, he's finding something else he wants to do.
That's better.
You gonna sign it? That is pretty cool.
No, because I don't think it's done yet.
Okay. So no tape peel today either.
No tape peel today. Yeah, because I feel like what it needs is some sort of high frequency detail stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not really sure how I want to approach it. Like, it seems like maybe a colored pencil might be the way to go for that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm going to do that, I need to let it dry really good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
More than I can sort of do with a hairdryer, I think. So maybe that's what we'll do next week.
There's a lot of good Godzilla art coming into the Discord right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. This is fun. Y'all have done some beautiful stuff.
Peel hanger episode. All right, yeah. So let's call it quits for the night. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. That was fun. It feels like I haven't actually drawn anything for a long time because I did the Blender thing, and then I did the Clip Studio thing, and then I left for a week.
Yep.
What did I do last week?
I would have to pull up the thing. I can't remember now.
I can't remember either.
High pitched.
I did figure out that I was going in and clipping out the beginning of the video the day after, and it turns out that that permanently breaks all of the chat. So I'm going to stop doing that.
Oh,
now.
yeah. Oh, before we go, a while back, before Tyler left to go to Spain, y'all asked what translated books does Tyler have? His Harrow County, the books that we have, this is not probably not everything, but the books that we have are in Russian, Spanish from Spain, Norwegian, Portuguese from Portugal and from Brazil, Polish, Czech, French. Petrograd, we have Spanish from Spain and then French, and Bad Blood, we have French. The only are his Harrow County books, though, the only ones that we have every single volume is Spanish from Spain. He has Harrow County volumes 1 through 8. Everything else we only have like a copy here, a copy there. In Czech, we have Tales from Harrow County volume 2, but not volume 1. Yep. That's what we got. I will post them on his website as I can, but in the meantime, if you want to ask for something specific, feel free to contact us through his website, and I will go hunt down and see if we have it.
Yeah.
Mark Tweedale says, I want to see those translated sound effects. Yeah.
Yeah, Mott actually went through and tagged some pages to compare. So hopefully we'll get to that pretty soon. Yeah. All right, everybody. Go tell the people you love that you love them, and I love all y'all. I hope you have a great weekend and have a great week, and see you next Friday. All right, everybody.
Bye. Have
Bye.
a cool weekend.